Hello and welcome to episode 5 of our Colour Talks series. In this episode we're talking about corrugated board. Now there's a lot we could say about corrugated, but for the purposes of this video we're going to stick with some lesser known facts about corrugated board, and I'll be using Wigston's own corrugated range Corniche as an example. This corrugated range comprises of black colour through and white colour through corrugated mediums in E-flute, F-flute and Single-Sided-Flute. One unique feature is that these materials are dyed colour through in either jet black or brilliant white. So for instance, in the brilliant white corrugated you have a brilliant white liner, a brilliant white centre, and in the case of E and F flutes, a further brilliant white liner. The same principle applies with the black colour through. There's a jet black liner, then a jet black centre, and in the case of E and F flutes, a further jet black liner. These corrugated boards are suited to many retail packaging applications where there's a desire to set a product apart from its shop shelf neighbours, create opening experiences that wow and subconsciously justify the buyer a higher price tag. Starting with E-flute, it's the deepest of our flutes at 1.5mm depth. You'll probably notice there's a slight undulation to the surface and you can make out a visible sheen where the ribs of the corrugated meet the liner. Now E-flute is typically used in fitments, platforms and inserts for the inside of a retail box. This is where E-flute really performs well because the 1.5mm depth cushions impact, yet still locates and holds the product firmly in place. Then we move on to F-flute, which has a smoother surface than E-flute, just mentioned. This lends itself to the exterior cruciforms of primary retail packaging, where the client may require additional print, embellishments or labels. This F-flute has a lower and less conspicuous profile than the E-flute and is just 1.1mm in depth. The third configuration is one-sided Open-Flute. You'll notice with Open-Flute that we have a liner and a corrugation, but no second liner. Without the second liner, the corrugated can conform to the interiors of continuous linear shapes, from straightforward cylindrical tubes to triangular prisms and octahedrons, to name a few. Cushioning for tins and other hard cases of these shapes is essential with breakable contents like glass or confectionery. The profile depth of the one-sided Open-Flute is 1.4mm. It's often important to make sure that the corrugated board you choose to use is safe for direct food contact, which our Corniche range is. Besides the colour through corrugated boards, we've also embarked on a journey to add non-dyed corrugated materials like our recent addition, the 125 E-flute. This has a Purecraft liner either side, which means it's got strength as well as a degree of water resistance. Conventional brown E-flutes tend to use test liner on the second wall. Now test liner is recycled and its structure quickly deteriorates when exposed to moisture. That's why our 125 KKE is more suited for e-commerce cartons, particularly for startups where the client does not have the volume to meet MOQs of mainstream packaging manufacturers, but still needs their on-demand packaging to perform well and look great. There's a lot to be said about corrugated boards, so if you're keen to find out more, get in touch with a member of our team. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and let me know what other topics you'd like to learn about in the comments.